no time for a Sunday sermon, but we can get into them guts. Themguts.blogspot.com. You can also go to audioguts.com or audioguts.org. Both should point to this new blog site. Basically, the idea is to catalog and contribute information that is sometimes it's just for the curious, sometimes it's a necessity, you know, something like having the gap dimensions on a, 10W7 and where to get good parts. And if someone is in South Africa and doesn't have access to coils, basically just like, it's basically handy's not hate. It's just a bunch of dudes helping each other out. We're not gay. We're just helping each other with, orgasms and stuff like that. But that was the episode of episode of SVU. Was it? Yeah, Special Victims Unit. Yeah, where they're asking Ice-T. They're like, or no. Was it Liz? Was it Liz? God, I haven't watched that show in such a long time. She was talking about like, so these gay dudes just hang out. Or no, it was black dudes. It was a bunch of black dudes hang out, and they do gay stuff. They're just like, they're gay. It's on the DL. Like they're not gay. They're just helping each other out, work through some issues. And then Ice-T gives the definition, and he was talking about, and they're like, how do you know this? He's like, look, I don't know. Like he's just reading the lines from the cue card. But yeah, the idea is this is a small project compared to DubGT. DubGT is the Wiki Global Trade, which is basically the end-all repository for information, period. Just all information. I think it's only fitting to have somebody like Google host it for free. Let them put ads on it. Fuck it, fine. It doesn't matter. Just insert the information and go for it. So again, just go to audioguts.com or audioguts.org, and it'll point you to the website. You can look at the first post that I made, and then there's some examples. If you don't know what to do, go ahead and just look at Wikipedia and just sort of study how they do it, and sort of I don't want to say the professionalism, but that's another way to describe it. It's just the organizing way that they have it. It's a clean, clear, organized way to give and share the information that you have in your area. So somebody like me, I have a lot of equipment come through here, and so I have access to do this sort of thing. And I know sometimes when I don't have the gap dimensions for like a version 1 MTX 9500, I would like to know what those gap dimensions are compared to the version 2, which has a larger gap, and then also where to get parts. So whether it's PSI or low to base or me. And again, you can go through the thing and read it and just kind of get an idea of it, but I wanted to kind of officially launch this. Oh, that was the other thing. We kind of need a meeting place so that people aren't doing work and then you post it up and somebody's already done the work. So what I want to do is I'm also going to make a Facebook group so that you can coordinate like who wants to do. Now I don't want to post on Facebook. That's the mistake that we've found in the past, like with Audio Guts. Again, this is the name is a derivative of Amp Guts, which was started by an Italian guy and then sold to Stupid Ant of DIY Mobile Audio and Oatmeal fame. And then he fucking monetized it and put a fucking paywall on it. Fuck you. So no paywalls, no social media dependency. This is all just open source, open to the public, open to everybody that wants to share and all that kind of stuff. Now, we, as a gathering thing, I will use a Facebook group. I'm going to go ahead and make that now. And I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. And that way you can just kind of coordinate, like you don't want two people to work on the A600, right? You can say, okay, well, how about I do the A600 and you do the A600.2, right? And so basically the idea is to create what's called a BOM, a bill of materials. So when you're working in manufacturing, it'll have a list of all the part numbers and then usually like a brief description. Now you don't need the part numbers because part numbers are internal for whoever the manufacturer is. So like a lot of ADST numbers are like 6 digits with a hyphen, and you don't need that. I mean, you can put it there if you want, but it's not a big deal. What you really want to do is put links to places that you know how to source it, whether it's McMaster Car is a really good one, or here locally for me is Copper State Nut and Bolt. Those guys are really good, and then they have a web presence so you can link to see if you want to find stuff. And also then I can also point to stuff. I got to figure out a way to do like a free, because I don't want it to be dependent on my website either. So I want it to be sort of dependent on Google, and maybe I can do like a Google store for like one item or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But again, I don't want this to be about me. This is always about you guys and about coming together as a community without attitudes, without shaming or putting other people down or saying that I'm better than you or whoever's better than you or whatever, or somebody's the GOAT or any bullshit like that. This is about just the information and about sharing it in a way like modifications too. Like if you go, hey, I modded it, and like what was his name? I think he was doing them to the, not the sundown frame, but the scar frame, and putting venting down at the base, like big circles. And it's like, how did you do that? Like, did you do that with a drill press? Did you take it to a machine shop? Did you have to build a jig to hold the frame? Like, how did you do that? And then other ways to do it as well. So, but things like that, we'll do more as we go along, but I wanted to introduce it and get you guys started on organizing and contributing to basically the bandwidth and the storage space that Google offers for free. So again, we can't rely on social media. We can't rely on TikTok or stupid Mark Zuckerberg or anybody like that, because that's all private, right? Like if you put a link to Facebook, you have to be a member of Facebook in order to see it, right? Fuck that. I want an open link. I want anybody to be able to see this. And then of course, Google being the search engine god, just let them be search engine god and give them all the information. So AI is going to outdo that shit anyway. So anyways, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.